Witchers! Welcome back to the Witcher Lorecast. This is your host, Tom, or Robots. I'm here with my co-host, Toasty of Toaster something or other. Hey, Toasty, man, what's going on, man? How's it going?
Howdy.
Excited as always. And we happen to have our patrons with us because it is the end of June already, and it is time to hang out with our patrons. And so we're going to go welcome everybody back. But I want you, as I'm welcoming everybody back, to be thinking about if there was a Witcher reality show and what that would be like, because that's the topic today. Welcome back, Ben and Genesis and Mormon Milkman. What's up, everybody? Everybody make the sound of a reality TV show.
What? Oh.
Woo.
Woo.
Joyzy.
Joyzy.
Nice. I'm excited to have this conversation with you guys because this is a really weird topic. We are creating a reality TV show. In fact, we'll probably create multiple reality TV shows with the premise of the characters, the individuals, having to be from the Witcher universe. So that means anybody you can think of from the Witcher games, books, TV show that you can put into this scenario, you are welcome to do. And we are starting off this scenario with the concept. This isn't a dating reality TV show, Ruby. And Ruby in chat says, Witcher dating reality TV show? No, this is one of those reality shows where a bunch of people have to live together. And the premise is, as with any good reality TV show, as we all know, there has to be a lot of friction, a lot of drama. So if you were to pick the first 3 people to put in your, let's call it the Witcher mansion, to live together, and who would create the most drama, who would you pick? So I'm going to let each of you devise your 3 individuals. Who would like to start first? I feel like Mormon Milkman is in the murder dungeon basement. That seems like a good location for this show. But anyway, Jen, you're going to start us off?
Yeah. I thought Big Brother vibes. Because you said, where would they live? And then I was like, oh, well, if we're putting everybody in a house, let's go Big Brother, where you've got to vote on who has to leave the house, everything like that.
Right.
And so I thought Dijkstra would love this situation.
Oh, man. Dijkstra would thrive in a situation like this, where everybody has to, be careful about what they tell each other and maybe double cross each other and they get on different sides. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yennefer would think that she would be able to dominate this type of situation. She worked in the courts before. She knows how to manipulate things, and you can always fall back on feminine wiles.
That's true. I mean, especially if you're the kind of sorceress who has physically designed yourself to be the most attractive you could possibly be, then yeah, absolutely.
And then fan favorite, Dandelion.
Oh.
So everybody at home is like, I want Dandelion to win. But, the people in the house might not like his singing at 2 a.m. or raucous ale,
Yeah.
But everybody still loves him.
The fan favorite.
I'm sorry, I'm just picturing, I can't remember the video, but it's a bunch of people hanging out in the middle of the night. They're wondering what time it is. Somebody pulls out a trumpet, says, let me see, pulls out a trumpet and plays it. And then somebody across the house shouts, who the hell is playing the trumpet at 2 a.m.? They're like, oh, it's 2 a.m. And I'm just picturing that scene with Dandelion and I don't know, you're all trying to sleep somewhere. It's like, who the hell is playing the trumpet at 2 a.m.?
Yeah, Geralt would, he would drop an F-bombing. Dandelion. Yeah. I can picture that. Okay, so Dijkstra, who is probably the villain. He's the one that the producers would label the villain, right? Who's also the most likely to survive to the end because he's that kind of dude. Yennefer. Her name just dropped out of my head. So Yennefer, the attractive woman who also kind of could hold her own a bit in that kind of area, but probably going to burn some bridges, right? You
Or
got
would
that
also
thing.
be labeled the witch of the series.
Yeah, the witch of the series. And so some people are really into her and some people are like, no, screw her. And then there's going to be Dandelion, who we're all going to be like, oh my God, this is great. He just keeps playing songs and doing ridiculous stuff. But everybody in the house bands together and eventually kicks out first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's good. What do you guys think about this? What do you think about this combo? Toasty's nodding his head. Everybody's nodding their heads. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
I feel like this combo works best if there's more people there, but I do see like these will be the main characters like that you'll focus on. I do like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Throw in a couple more townspeople, and I was stuck to the guideline of pick three characters.
Some NPCs in there.
Exactly. We need some NPCs in here for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If the rest of you were to add anybody to this mix, who would you add? Toasty's ready. Who are you adding, Toasty?
I have to stir the pot so bad. I'm throwing in Philippa Eilhart.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
That would make this house explode. Absolutely.
What do you think would happen? Okay, so let's say the three of them have been living there for a few days together. They're getting to know each other. They're getting close to like time to vote somebody out or whatever. But before that happens, Philippa walks in. The producers are like, "Oh, by the way, we have a new member of your house." She comes in. What do you think happens? What does she do first, or how do they react?
She walks on the door and Dijkstra's like eyes just fill with hearts.
Okay.
Sure.
Uh-huh. Yep.
No, I think Dandelion's eyes fill with that.
Okay, two of them, and then they can fight for the love and affection of Philip.
I think you get that really dramatic moment that's like usually very played up in these reality shows where the one person like launches themselves across the table to like attack the person, but it's Dijkstra.
Everybody has hearts in their eyes except for Philippa because she ain't got no eyes.
Oh no!
Damn.
Oh
damn!
She's got them drawn on the little thing she keeps over her face.
Damn.
Sorry, not sorry.
Oh man! Do you suppose both get like? There's always some sort of like love triangle or something like that, right? Like at this point, they've had enough of Yennefer, and so she's already off the list. They're like, oh, she's just competition. She's not a love interest. So Philippa walks in, and both of them are like potential love interest. And Yennefer's like, I'm going to use this to my advantage.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. All right, this is a fun scenario. Good one, Jen. Who wants to go next, Ben or Mormon Milkman?
So I have one, but it's way more drama. Basically, the three are basically just trying to survive and see who is the last one standing.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Dijkstra,
Amir, okay,
and Radovid.
Oh man. Okay, so like the political heavyweights of the Witcher books. All right. Now, is this like a Survivor show? Is this less Big Brother and more Survivor?
I would say more Survivor.
Okay. All right. So what do you think would happen, Ben? Like what's the dynamic that occurs here?
Oh, Dijkstra would definitely try to plot to kill both of them.
He would plot to kill both of them. So he's like sabotaging the equipment while they're getting ready to do their little trials or whatever for the week.
Oh, absolutely. Amir's, trying to plan things ahead because that's who he is. Mm-hmm. And then Radovid is just nuts.
Yeah, he's just 100% unpredictable. Both of the two of them are nefarious but predictable, and he is just like bonkers. Like, who knows? Okay, I could see that. What do you think? What did the rest of you think? Any other thoughts on this one?
I like it, but I think you should go less Survivor, and maybe because Dijkstra's not currently not a ruler of any country per se.
Sure.
But the show Celebrity Wife Swap?
Okay.
Celebrity Kingdom Swap, where you randomly take these kings and emperors from different countries and just randomly swap them. Like, Emir goes to Skellige, Radovid goes to Lydia, or that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he has to. He runs the empire. So you could do like just a job swap. So like, Amir has to be like head of the spy network all of a sudden for the countries that he has been fighting against. It's so weird. All right, pretty weird. Toasty, what do you think about this combo? Toasty, you have to make sounds. It's a podcast,
dude.
dude.
No, I know. I'm thinking. Okay, God. Relax, Tom. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think you would have to play up Radovid's like crazy, because otherwise, I don't know how much. It's just a reality show about political intrigue.
Yeah, but they're not like in their normal place. They're like stuck in a house together or on an island together, right? So it's less about political intrigue and more about like what they physically can do to each other right in that moment, or emotionally do to each other, or whatever.
Which is not very much for all three of them.
That's true.
Amir would be the one to easily be able to take up a sword, I would say, rather than Radovid and Dijkstra.
So let's paint the picture. They're on an island together doing Survivor, right? And you're saying, and there's no swords around because, of course, they're not going to give them swords. Oh, yeah, no. But
fashion spears out of sticks.
They can fashion spears out of sticks, right? So, and like rocks or whatever, right? Like they can create a sling or make a makeshift hammer by tying some rocks to sticks or what. So who's the first one who so you're saying Amir creates a weapon? He's the first of the three of them to create a weapon and just go bloodthirsty on the other team?
I think Radovid probably.
Radovid would probably be the first one to go completely crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
Dijkstra would be the one to mainly like set traps. Easy.
Okay. Yeah.
And Amir is doing Amir stuff.
I think Dijkstra like does what he's good at and like manipulates to pit them two against each other.
Yeah.
Okay. Just lets them kill each other and then just takes the victory at the end.
There you go. That makes sense.
One of them Radovid kills Amir, but gets fatally wounded, bleeds out or gets an infection, and Dijkstra's just by the sidelines like eating popcorn. Like,
yeah, Amir thinks he's kind of too proud to get involved, and then he gets emotionally manipulated to fight Radovid. And then I can see that.
So I do like what you said. If Radovid would be the first to go bloodthirsty and make a weapon and kill anybody, he would be the first to go bloodthirsty. But I doubt he would be the first one to successfully make a good weapon enough too. Like Amir might be second to last or completely last to start going bloodthirsty, but he's definitely the first one to make an efficient weapon. That's my opinion.
See, I doubt it. Amir's been privileged all of his life. I don't think he actually.
Yeah, but he's seen combat.
Yeah, like official combat.
Radovid's the one that's been sheltered his entire life.
Right. Dijkstra, if any of them, could fashion a weapon faster than the other two.
Oh, yeah. Didn't Dijkstra grow up on the streets? He has some of that. And then we know he can swim. So I'm thinking he could at least go ocean stab fish.
There you go.
So he might be the only one that would think about the fact, servants aren't going to bring me food today. I might need to go and collect my own food.
It does depend on what version of Dijkstra we're using. If we're using Witcher 3 Dijkstra, that ain't happening. He's not swimming to save his life.
He'll probably float.
No, I'm pretty sure he'll sink.
Is it before or after leg injury?
I would to make it more, more of a drama, more thrilling. I would say before leg injury.
Okay. Now, if you were to add anybody else to this group, who would you throw in to kind of throw a wrench in everything?
Shoot.
Here, let's open it up to Jen and Mormon, because we did the same thing with Jen stuff. What do you two think? Toasty's got one.
I'll let Toasty go first. Let's hear.
Toasty's cracking up. Who do you think?
I know it's the same answer, but it would be even better to throw in Philippa Eilhart here. Because not only do you get the Dijkstra reaction, Radovid, the immediate reaction upon seeing her, it's going to be so good.
Hey, here's a new contestant. He literally just lunges after her.
I think that in that case, you throw her into it, then Amir takes the dub at that point.
Yeah, he's just sitting back eating popcorn while he's watching everything else go down.
He's just
Yeah. Okay.
But
all right.
Would the Dimeridium shackles have to be in play here?
Ooh.
Because then Philippa would win if she's the only one with magic.
I would imagine so. If it's a survivor thing, then no magic would be allowed because that gives somebody an advantage, right?
Does she at least have her eyes back? Because that's a very big.
I would say yes, because doesn't she sees through magic, doesn't she, after her eyes are taken, or no? I can't remember.
Yeah, but if you're shackling her to get rid of her magic so that way she doesn't have an advantage,
She can't see. Yeah.
she doesn't have her eyes.
Right. So we could say it's before the eyesight disappears.
Before her eyes.
Yeah, that's
before
fine.
you know.
We'll make it as fair as we can, right? Like it's fair for everybody. Okay, I can see this. I can see this developing like that. All right, this is another good scenario. I really like this. Mormon, let's move on to you. What do you have? Like, who are the three people? What type of scenario is this? Like, what are you going with?
So, I have a bit of notes on this because I had a real hard time because we already had the three only, but I also put even another hindrance, another problem of mine is they could only be people who are canonically or could be canonically dead within the timeline to which your games and everything and books and TV show have happened.
Okay.
And the part that made that really hard is I cannot find a confirmed death for Strigbor anywhere.
Oh.
And
okay.
I'm not sure if that's because I don't know enough, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Like, just off the top of my head, and at the top of everybody's heads, is Strigbor still alive anywhere? Like, do we know if he's dead?
He is not, because he's not killed in the books whatsoever, and he's not even in the game. So
yeah, that's where my issues.
Sadly, he is still kicking, which is not ideal.
Highly unfortunate for a lot of people.
Okay, well, in that case, let me introduce you guys to my reality show, which I have named Bigotry Comes in Threes.
Oh boy. Okay.
So let me explain this to you. So when Goner O'Dim grows bored and tired of everyday life, and he offers three vile members of hell a chance to return to the world of the living. What challenges does he give? A test of strength? No. A quiz upon their wits? Never. Maybe a bake-off to see who is able to satisfy the otherworldly being's taste buds at best. Tried that once? It failed. No. O'Dim has better plans. Stick the three most unholy and unnerving tyrants that have suffered the same fate as him. Defeat by the Witcher Geralt. And have them live together in what some would call the modern world. They were given the time and knowledge to survive, but how long till one kills the other two? Only way to find out is to stay tuned. If one kills the others, he's sent back to hell, and the others are resurrected only to repeat this process till one lasts long enough without killing the other by trying to survive everybody's unbearable ways. The three that we are putting here in the house are Vilgefortz, the powerful and vile sorcerer, Radovid V, the madman with a crown, and Aridin, the elf from another world with a selfish and monstrous desires.
Ooh.
So I wanted this to be kind of like, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's by Team 4-Star, the people who did Dragon Ball Bridge. They're doing a mini-series now called Home for Infinite Losers, where all the Dragon Ball villains have been killed and sent to hell.
I got
and
you.
They're trying to earn their way back up to heaven. I want something like that, where it's just these people trying to not kill each other,
right,
to earn the favor of this ungodly, otherworldly being to resurrect them and send them back to the world.
That's fun. That's a really fun premise. Okay, so you've got quite the cast of characters here. Mm-hmm. What do you think would happen with all three of them?
So, first thing to say, I'm going to put Vilgefortz the first to just fall. He's I don't know how much time it'll take him. I'm not going
to give in to his dark instincts and try to murder somebody or murder them outright. Okay.
Yeah. You know, it was kind of a tie between him and Aridin, because Aridin again is also like probably just as, if not more racist, but flip-flop to the racism. Kinda.
Right. Also very super proud and arrogant.
Super prideful. Yeah. So he's either I would put Radovid probably the one to win, but that's only if it's the three of them. But Aridin is either close second or a close second or a far second, barely breaking after Vilgefortz or barely breaking before Radovid. He's just as bad at, if not worse, than the others, but just a little bit more in the mental and emotional control.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. What do you guys think? Let's open this up.
Personally, I would say Aridin would be the one to win because Radovid is if you do the side quests and everything in Witcher 3, he's completely nuts, like out of his own mind.
Yeah.
Vilgefort's, his undoing was his own. Aridin has the patience, because he specifically waited for Ciri for, God knows how many years, hundreds of years, for that specific bloodline to come back. He has the determination and the pride and the patience to withstand all that.
Solid point.
And that's one of the reasons I thought he would either win or be close to losing. But here's the thing, though. They are stuck in the modern world, going to work normal jobs, coming back home just to live with each other in there.
Yeah.
So the scenarios all switched. That's
5,000 a month rent apartment.
Infinite patience is still infinite patience. So,
Yeah, but when you don't have a kingly or near kingly status, when you are literally down the street serving some other idiot human coffee, you're that patience.
I want to see the three of them work a drive-through for a fast food restaurant and have to deal with their crappy manager and all of the people that come through the drive and just see who cracks first.
I mean, Radovid's getting institutionalized.
And there could be a spin-off show with Gontar Din being the undercover boss.
There you go. Yes, there you go. God. Undercover boss. Perfect. I didn't get any ketchup with my fries. And they all just flip out.
Yeah. I don't. Oh, go ahead, Jen.
The premise of the show is murderers and evil people get a second chance, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So can I nominate Netflix for murdering the Witcher?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Shots fired!
Netflix itself. Everybody at Netflix now has to be in the show also.
But they did meet their end to I guess, to Henry Cavill. So, okay, fine. They can be put in.
Yeah.
They're sponsoring it. That's how bad it is.
Mm.
I still agree that Aridin takes the dub here because Radovid would be institutionalized.
In modern world times? Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, in the modern world, he's getting institutionalized. Vilgefortz becomes a completely effed up serial killer because that's his whole he experiments on people and he's just gonna do it again. And he's gonna get
He's in the back. He's in the back with the potatoes they make the fries out of and shaping them into bodies.
Or he just has bodies in the cooler, bro. He's gonna kill every customer that pisses him off.
Right, he gets there eventually, but he starts
in
with
the murder basement of the house they live in.
Right. He starts with there's a path to that.
He's in Mormon's murder basement. Actually,
there you go.
No, so in sure, Aridin could eventually fold, but not before those two do. The patience of immortality just gives him the leg up here.
Yeah, I think you got a point on that. Now, if you were to throw one more person into the mix to make it even crazier, who would you pick?
Here's the thing: you gotta follow the same rules as me. They have to be currently passed away.
Who else is dead and terrible? I'm trying to think through. There's, I don't know.
You could technically do Dijkstra since there is a route he does die. So
yeah, Dijkstra could be there. Right.
But he wasn't truly evil necessarily.
No.
He's manipulative, but
he was still trying to do the best for his own country rather than being evil deeds.
Right. Yeah. He's very gray.
The Crones.
The Crones from the game.
What about
from the game? The Witcher 3.
I nominate
Sabrina.
Letho?
Sabrina doesn't make sense. Letho's.
I mean, he could die in Witcher 2.
Yeah.
Can he also die in 3?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Because
he's just
so like he has
definitely gonna
two
die.
different ways that he can die. So like
Oh, Kira Metz. Kira can die.
Oh, but she's not really. Again, she's not really evil so much as she's just manipulative,
just like,
right?
She's manipulative and like she's just selfish.
But she doesn't want to hurt people. In fact, the things she does is like in Witcher 3, she's making money off of the poor people in order to fund herself by healing their ills and stuff.
Friends.
Yeah. Well, this is a good one. We can keep thinking about this one, but we need to go thank our patrons, and then we're going to come back and we're going to mix this up a little bit because I'm going to give you a scenario and I'm going to name the first person in that scenario, and then you're each going to add somebody else to the scenario in order to make it as wonderful or terrible as we possibly can. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Very well. Let us get this over with. Something has infested my vineyard.
Mm-hmm. Great. Let me go prepare my something oil then.
All right, we'll make this quick. It's the middle of the show. This is where we thank our patrons, including these guys. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And big shout outs to our higher vampires, Ben of Temeria and Jared M. Thank you for your support. And to all of our patrons, thank you for your support. We don't have any new ones this week to shout out, but if you do sign up, we will shout you out. And you can get ad-free episodes and all sorts of awesome things like joining us on these shows. And you know the drill. You know how this works. So patreon.com/Witcher Lorecast is the place to do that. Also, we don't have any new reviews this week, but if you leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, we'll read out your review on a future episode, and you can even rate the show on Spotify and do lots of other fun things to help us out. And all of that is extremely appreciated. So thank you, everybody who helps support the show. All right, let's move on with the rest of this chat because this is going to get a little weird. Here we go.
You smell of death and destiny, heroics and heartbreak.
It's onion.
Right, yeah.
All right, so I've got a few different scenarios in mind here. Now, if you're thinking like reality show, there's lots of different kinds of reality shows. We've covered some of them, Survivor or Big Brother or whatever. All right, let's go with a reality show that is basically a dating show, like The Bachelor or Bachelorette, right? You got a bachelor, bachelorette, you have a main character, and then you have other people who show up. So if we were to do The Bachelor and Amir is the Bachelor, who would you choose as potential bachelorettes that would make this? It doesn't have to make sense. It just has to be good TV to watch. What would be the most entertaining scenario? And it doesn't even just have to be women. It just has to be contestants. So anybody. Who did you say, Ben?
Weaves.
Weaves?
She's one of the crones.
Wow.
Or Weavess. Yeah.
Okay, so one of the crones. That's Ben's. Jen or Mormon? What do you think? Who would you throw into
I go crone number 2.
Crone, all 3 crones? Or is this where we're going? Oh my God. Does Amir, this is worse than death. I mean, he's not the best dude in the world. Oh my God. Mormon, are you going to pick the 3rd crone? Who are you picking here? He's shaking his head. No? What do you think?
As much as I want to, hold on a sec. Her name spaced me. I remember everything else about her, but hold on. I don't want to just say her. Okay, as much as I want to say the 3rd crone, because it'd be hilarious for 3 crones and then 1 random actual, like, somewhat attractive female or male for her.
Who's not some sort of terrible monster from who knows where that's going to do terrible things to you and your soul or whatever. Yeah.
Maybe he's into that. We don't know.
Maybe.
But, I'm sorry, just because I feel like it'd be more entertaining because there's a chance that she does not want to be there, is our most beloved Duchess, Anna Henrietta, Queen of Tucson.
No.
Yeah. Because she herself, I believe, is a bachelorette, so
yeah,
she fits perfect.
You literally just signed them up for death at that point.
Wow. Okay. Toasty, do you have anyone to add to this?
I feel like I'm giving a nice answer here, but I feel like it'll also really stir the pot. if I throw in Pavetta.
Okay, Pavetta. All right. Now, who does Samir choose?
Because we're talking Amir, like we mean like Amir as we know him, Amir. So throwing in like his supposed to be dead wife.
Yeah, that's super
just
weird.
Really stir the pot.
Right, that's super weird. Also, I would assume that the crones are only showing up in their attractive forms and not, and it's a dating game, so they're not revealing the terrible sides of themselves, right?
Of course.
So
of course he'll choose one of the crones because they're the most beautiful thing ever that he sees.
Right. So
and then when he gets with them, he's dead.
Oh man,
wait,
so
is
terrible.
it like a perspective thing? Like his perspective, like it's the most beautiful, like person in his eyes. Like, is that how it works?
Subjective? Yeah.
So
I think
there's
so.
3 Pavettas currently in this competition.
So the other two of the crones look like Pavetta. Oh no!
I think that's the way that it works because there's canonical artwork of the crones in their female form.
Yeah, but
so we do know what they look like.
It's not always super consistent though. They just look like these like scantily clad, long-haired women. Like I don't know that it's particularly detailed.
There's no clad.
Was the only person that sees them.
Sometimes they have like
their form
things around their waists, don't they?
Theory, right?
I don't think so.
No, it's been a little while.
Geralt sees the tapestry, but Ciri's the only one that actually physically sees them.
I was like, because that might just be the artwork from Ciri's perspective.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know. It's debatable. It's worth looking into. Maybe we'll do a Crohn's episode and dig into it. All right, so Amir's screwed in this scenario. All right, let's move on to another one. We won't talk about the host of the show where you try to get a job with a famous person to work for them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about. Starts with an A.
Fired.
I was going to come up with a synonym for apprentice, but I can't think of it. Remember The Apprentice? You try to get a job and you go on these different tasks. The journeyman. We'll call it the journeyman. And the first contestant of let's do it this way. The host and person who in the show will be hiring the winner to work for them is Trollololololol. So which contestants would you have compete for the job and would be most likely to win? Working for
Zoltan.
Trollolol. Zoltan? Okay, why Zoltan?
Because he's a dwarf and he has artistic views.
Okay, all right. You think Trollololol will really like him and his work?
I mean, he liked Geralt's funny looking bird, so
yeah.
Zoltan shouldn't be he's probably better than Geralt or as bad as Geralt.
Okay. All right. That's solid. Who else wants to add one in?
I got one.
Go for it.
Just because I feel like I'm just going to throw Dandelion in.
Okay.
I feel like he'd really just want to humor the troll. Just be like, I want to, he's like, I can make a great ballad of this. And he ends up being the original writer for the troll song.
Yeah. I feel like Trollololo would really appreciate his music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Who else are we adding in there? Toasty or Jen?
I have to find her name. It is in the Blood and Wine expansion. The guy with the huge mansion, and his wife is dead, but she was a painter. Like that was her whole thing. You get to travel into the paintings and live in that world.
Hearts of Stone, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but what was her name? Iris? Okay.
Thank you.
There you go. Iris. All right. So artist. Toasty, you have any other additions to this competition?
Because I only it's Trollolol, so I just want to give Trollolol the nicest group of people that I can think of.
Yeah.
We got some good options here.
Gnomes.
Gnomes, just a bunch of gnomes. Doo-doo.
I want to say it actually wouldn't be too bad. I was just gonna say Shawnee.
Okay. All right. I mean, this sounds like a nice group.
Yeah, Trollolol deserves the nicest. He deserves the world.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. All right. So I like this scenario. I think. Do we have a sense of who's going to win this? Who do you think would win?
I mean, does it matter? He wins either way.
I mean, Trollolol is yeah, I mean, he's the host, but like of the contestants that you guys put out,
What's the job?
the job is to do whatever Trollolo thinks needs to be done.
Okay, well then it's hard to say. It's really a wild card, honestly. In that case, like it's whatever Trollolo wants.
Right.
Who's the name of the captain of the guard in the captain of the guard in Tucson? What's his name? The one who kind of hates Girl at the beginning of the expansion.
Oh gosh. So, I mean,
Like send him.
I'm so bad at names in general. Just pulling somebody specific like that is never going to come out of my brain.
But he goes to be trained by Trollo, and he's like, "This is how you be a guard."
Right.
And the guy's like, "This is not how you do this."
Right. That guy. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, one more scenario before we wrap up this episode. I got another scenario for you. In the Witcher universe, let's just pretend that there's a show where a bunch of people get together and they do the most terrible things for people to laugh at them and make fun of them. And it's called a Jackass, because I can't come up with a synonym for Jackass. So I'm not going to give you a character who's in this. You just need to come up with characters who would make sense to be part of the Jackass crew in The Witcher. So
Siri.
Siri? Siri's in Jackass.
Siri's in Jackass because she can teleport. Like the little instant mini portals.
Uh-huh.
I mean, mini portal, and then something falls on the other dude's head. Like she's the one pulling the pranks.
Right. Like tap on that guy's shoulder and then disappear. Get the reaction. Yeah, like I got you. Doo-doo. Yes, I think Doo-doo for sure.
Yeah.
Because he would just transform into anybody and completely mess with their lives.
Oh my God. This is fan fiction we're just giving people fan fiction ideas here. All right. Siri and Doo-doo. Mormon or Toasty? What do you think? This is a Jackass crew. You probably need somebody who's going to really take a good kick to the nuts or something, right? Like
Lambert.
Lambert.
Oh no!
Yes.
Say that.
That's perfect.
What's his name? Ziplin or Zep? He's one of the dwarves.
The starts with a Z. Yeah, Witcher.
Not Zoltan, but it's
I was like Z dwarf. I just immediately
name starts with Z.
He's in the books.
Zahin? Schmartz?
What's his name?
Yarpin? Zigrin?
Yarpin.
That's what you're thinking of. Yarpin. Zigrin. His last name starts with a Z.
Zigrin. Yes.
Okay, so Yarpin.
Yeah, he'd be the one kicking someone in the nuts.
Right. Lambert's getting kicked in the nuts. Yarpin's doing the kicking. Siri's dropping something on somebody's head, and Doo-doo is pretending to be somebody else completely while this whole thing happens.
Mormon. What you got, Mormon?
Yeah, I think I finally got mine. Gosh, I want to remember his name because I want to say his name properly to introduce him, because that's all he mentioned in the books was his name, how great he is. But the knight who becomes a dragon, who thinks he can do everything because he is who he is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jackdaw.
Yeah. George 3 Jackdaws.
Yeah, I just feel like he'd be like, all right, we need somebody to go down this hill in a shopping cart into that pile of neckers, and he's like, I can do it because I'm John. Like, let's do this.
Yeah. The whole I'm invincible kind of attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely. So I like this idea of going down a hill into a pile of neckers. If this crew were to devise the most attention getting situation to pull off in like a big city, like pick any of the big cities, Oxenford, Nilfgaard, any of the big cities, right in the center of city, what would they do? What would be the big thing? Or what monster would they pull into this situation in order to do something really crazy?
Fiend Rodeo.
What?
Fiend Rodeo.
Fiend? Oh, Fiend, like have a rodeo with fiends for the bulls? That's what you mean?
No, like who can stay on a fiend or chort the longest.
Oh, okay. So like a bull ride, right? Yeah, I got you. Yeah. So they bring a fiend or a chort into the middle of town. They fence it off, and then all of them take turns trying to ride it and stay on for the longest. I like that. Any other thoughts on this one?
I am Cirillo Rhiannon, and this is my Jackass video, and I am seeing her writing the short, and this is hilarious in my brain. I love it. I love it.
And then she gets flung off, but then she teleports away, but everyone else is like getting destroyed.
I mean, considering her new like added to Fortnite stuff or whatever, her glider is a basilisk.
That is true.
I didn't know this. I need to look this up.
The coolest like glider I've ever seen. I don't play Fortnite, but that's cool.
It's not a basilisk by Witcher standards, but
weird.
Yeah,
weird.
They just it was like a few days ago.
I haven't seen this at all.
Both her and Yennefer.
Yeah, did you buy both?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad game. It's just the audience skews young.
I can't play Fortnite as characters that I know don't use, firearms.
that don't fit in the whole scenario.
Look, man, all I'm saying
not canon, Ben. It is. Okay.
I know. It's just
look. All I'm saying
that's how my brain works.
Is knocking someone with a shotgun and then having Siri hit the gritty. There's a bit of a satisfying thing to that.
No, here's the thing.
That's cool.
Yen and Trish can fit in Fortnite because they use fire magic, so they got firearms.
They literally have firearms. Oh no. Oh boy.
Sorry, not sorry.
It's all right. Well, on that note, this has been a lot of fun brainstorming these reality shows. If somebody wants to, Toasty's is leaving. If somebody wants to take one of these ideas and turn it into like a series of like YouTube videos or like a fan fiction, let us know, because this is amazing. We're going to go back through. Feel free to share anything you've got going on, stuff you're working on, things you want to share and put out into the world. And we'll start with Ben. Ben, I know you got stuff.
Oh, yeah. So I have 2 shows on the Robots Radio Network. One is Holocron Histories, where we go into deep dive of the Star Wars universe between Legends and canon. And the other show is the Wizarding World Lorecast, where we take a deep dive in all things Harry Potter and the Wizarding World.
Awesome. Yeah, go check that stuff out. It is on whatever podcatcher you're listening to this on, or you can go to robotsradio.net and find links there. Thanks for joining us, Ben. And then Jen, you got shows too?
Mm-hmm. I have 2 shows on the network as well. The Cyberpunk Lorecast, which I do with Toasty, where we look at everything cyberpunk, tabletop, the card game, the comics, the TV series, the everything. And then 2 Girls, One where we analyze, rate, and review video game romances. It's a weekly character deep dive, focusing on the love.
Focusing on the love and not the terrible situations that we devised.
No.
Awesome. Yeah, the same thing. Go check out her shows. Lots of different ways to listen to them. And Mormon, thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here. Always happy.
Yeah. Yeah. You got anything else you want to share?
No, just guy who loves the podcast, loves being here.
That's it. That's fine. That's cool. That's cool.
All I got. Just had to add the awkward silence for fun.
Yeah, no problem. So final question before we wrap this up. Of all the scenarios that we planted, of all the shows that we created, which one would you be most likely to watch? Everybody's like, thinking about this. What do you think? Dating show? Apprentice show?
I mean,
Jackass?
The Jackass one sounds the most,
entertaining
because of the characters we chose, because it would be completely like you see the Jackass like movies now and it's like, okay, take that and dial up to 15 because that's what is going to be in The Witcher.
Yeah, that makes sense. Jen, what do you think?
I think I would definitely sit down to watch the Big Brother every week, and then I'd catch the Jackass if it happened to be when I was watching on TV.
Gotcha.
Like, fun, but it's not something like, oh my gosh, I have to see what they're going to do this week. It'd be I can DVR it for now.
Right, but watching that drama unfold, that Big Brother drama with everybody living together, totally. I gotcha. Mormon, what do you think? Which show would you be most likely to tune into?
As much as I would love to see my vision come to life of the villains of Witcher trying to be normal people, utterly failing, all while Gontra O'Dim makes their lives a living hell and keeps them from killing everybody around them, I do have to agree that Jackass one would just be too much fun because I watched a lot of Jackass when I was younger. And just seeing that with also the mystical or magical aspect of The Witcher, like honestly, I cannot tell you how excited I was when I thought of the Fiend/Chort Rodeo.
Right.
I want to see. I want that to be a thing in the new Witcher game, where some Witcher has somehow contained one, and you have the chance to learn how to ride them.
Yeah.
And, oh my gosh, I want to see that so bad now.
I could totally picture like other scenarios too. Like they visit a coffee shop with a ghoul that they happen to bind and have on a leash and say that, oh, this is my little brother, and everybody freaks out in the coffee shop. You know, like who knows, right? Any kind of weird scenario.
To see how long you survive as an elf in the middle of
right. Yeah. Or dude who pretends to be the other person who works at the coffee shop, but they're already at the coffee shop, and oh no, all chaos breaks loose. Yeah.
Which one do I shoot?
right. Yeah, one of those scenarios. Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us, everybody, and thank you for your support. And Toasty, time to wrap it up. Do you have a favorite show of the list that you would tune into?
I think I have to agree with the Jackass one. It just seems highly entertaining.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Any other stuff you want to shout out? Anything else going on that you want to share?
Jen shouted out our show together. Check out the Cyberpunk Lorecast. And I also do the Cyberpunk Red live play podcast, Cyberpunk apostrophe D, with the Fumbling for an Almighty Crit Gang.
Awesome. Yeah. Go check out all the different shows. Lots of awesome content. Robotsradio.net if you're looking for links to all that stuff. And we'll be back next week. So stay safe out there and try not to do a TV show with a bunch of Witcher characters, or probably is not going to work out so great for you. All right. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.
Weird warning.
Thanks for tuning into the Witcher. Crap, I forgot. Toasty,
like,
do your thing.
It's almost like we don't do this every week. Oh,
I know. Well,
that's crazy.
We do it every. I do lots of shows. Toasty, say your thing.
It doesn't work if I just say stay safe on the path with no.
Thanks for tuning into the Witcher Lorecast. We'd love to hear about your experiences with the games and the books and the TV series and all your thoughts on everything. Please check out the Robots Radio Discord and follow us on Twitter at Witcher Lorecast.
You've been listening to a Robots Radio podcast. Smart shows for interesting people. Check out all the shows at robotsradio.net.